What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and as usual, we're going to be going over the charts. I'm going to take a look at the Dow Jones and the DXY. I'm going to zip through this video kind of quick because at the end of the video, I want to show you guys a chart I haven't showed you guys in a long time. We made this chart a long time ago, and I'm going to also put that in comparison with the Amazon to Bitcoin chart and tell you where I believe the false bottom is going to be. Now, there is a chance we get a slight pump today. By watching the Dow, we'll know what's going to happen there. I don't think it'll last. If we do, we'll take a look at those levels. Also, we'll be taking a look at a few other things too. But like I said, I want to make this a quick video. Make sure you guys take a second out, smash those thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We do daily updates Monday through Friday, sometimes on the weekends, but we keep track of what's going on in this market. If you want a daily dose of reality, definitely subscribe to the channel. I'm not going to throw you a bunch of hopium or doom and gloom. I'm going to show you what I see in the charts. And if you were following along from the last couple of years, you've probably made a lot of money. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's see what's going on. So as you guys know, on the Dow Jones, right here is our major resistance line. It's about that 33,450 to 33,500. Unless we get above this and get support, I see much more downside for the Dow. As you guys know, I do believe we'll come down to the median here around 21,750, somewhere in that range is my area I'm watching for. If this breaks, I think it's going to get really, really, really bad for the Dow, guys. Like really bad. At least down to these 2020 lows around 18 to 19,000. Like I said, I believe it could be much worse. I think we could see something much like the Great Depression. I've showed that in my previous videos, my chart comparisons. Actually, I can pull that up real quick, and it's right here. This is where we're at right now. And if we look at the comparison to the Great Depression right here, you can see we had our higher highs and then our lower lows right here. Right before the bounce, same pattern, guys. You know I'm a big fan of patterns. No, this isn't a fractal because these are the same time frames, right? A lot of people say the Amazon compared to Bitcoin chart is a fractal. It's not a fractal because they're in the same time frame. Fractals show up in the same charts, right? Smaller time frames to bigger time frames. Anyways, let's take a look at what's going on here. The DXY, super bullish. You guys know I've been extremely bullish on the DXY. I think our first target is going to be around this 122. Now, this is, you know, everybody's like, the dollar's dying. We've talked about this, guys, many, many times, and I'm going to zoom out and show you, but this is a lot like the 80s, right? This should be our bounce range, and we should continue up from here. Right now, we have to get above our 200 EMA on the daily, around 105.50. Probably in the next week or two, we'll get above that and get support, in my opinion. Now, let's look at the weekly and show you what I'm looking at. Right, so this line where we got our bounce, as you can see, this is a long support and resistance all the way back here. This big jump here is the 80s, right? So in the 80s, we bounced right there off of that too. I'm going to zoom in. It looks a lot like right now, right? Right here, we blew through it, right? Came up, hit this red line, got rejected, came back down, tested it, got support, and continued up from there big time, right? Let's look at where we're at now. Same thing, guys. I think we have major upside for the DXY. And if we zoom out, you can see this falling wedge, right? We broke out way back over here. The measured move of that is 170 to 180. But first, we have to get above this 122, which I'm sure will be tough. This may take quite some time. Once we get above it and get support, though, I think it might be a pretty quick shot to here, right? Anyways, let's take a look at the 4-hour on Bitcoin. This is what people come for, right? So if we look right here, from this high to this high, this high to this high, we're making a hidden bearish divergence. We're higher highs in the RSI. Actually, this is bearish divergence, right? No, it's hidden. Lower highs in the price action, higher highs in the RSI. It's hidden bearish divergence. Now, did this already play out and this was the dump it was calling for? Possibly, like I said, keep an eye on traditionals, may get one more pump up. But our major resistance on this 4-hour right now is about 16.9. That's the 200 EMA. 1785 after that, 17,085. But we've been talking about these. Let me get this RSI off of there real quick, right? So going from this swing high to this swing low, right? We put our fibs in here. We're getting rejected at the 236 as of right now. If we get above this 236, that's 16,675. If we get above that, we can look for that 16,900 range. If we break that, next resistance level is at 17,085, which is a 0.382 fib. But if we can't get above this, then we just come on down. You guys know my targets being... First target here is the 16,130. That's the measured move of falling out of here. And then we have our longer term target at about 15.8. Remember, if 15.8 breaks, 15.3 is our next area. Actually, move this over now. It's about 15.2. And if we take a measured move of this channel, once we break that 15.2-ish, 14,550, we've had this target for months. That's off my weekly chart, right? That's where I expect to bounce, maybe come back up into this area before continuing down. But if we blow through this, 12.5 is the next target because of this measured move here, right? Let's take a look at the daily. So on the daily, you guys know we were watching this descending triangle, which we did come back up and test it. The measured move off that is 75 to 8,500. Now that is where I've been talking about my false bottom, but we're going to take a look at an older chart from way back and take a look at where the false bottom could be, and then compare that to the Amazon compared to Bitcoin chart. And as you guys know, I think the false bottom is going to be sometime in January or February. I do not think it might even go into March, but I do not think the bottom is in at all, guys. I could be dead wrong. I don't believe the 4-year cycles are going to hold, right? Everybody's been programmed to think that. So that's a great way for them to create exit liquidity, right? So let's take a look at what's going on here. So as you guys know, I think the false bottom be sometime in February or March, get a rally back up into this range, possibly into May or June, and then continue down. Ultimately, September, October-ish, getting our low at 35 to 4,500. Let's take a look at... Oh, if you guys are interested in trading, Prime XBT, they do sponsor the channel. By far my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you. You can have multiple trades in, unlike the other ones that clump them all together. You don't get the scam wicks. Definitely check them out if you haven't already. There's also a free contest section where you can get used to the platform without risking anything. I have a link down below. I'll leave a tutorial at the end of the video also. And you can use my promo code Savvy50. That'll get you up to 50 or up to a $7,000 bonus. Savvy25 will get you 25% off your fees. You can trade traditionals, Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, all from this exchange. Definitely check it out. And this is the chart I wanted to talk about, right? So if you guys have been around for any time, you will remember this chart. We had our measured move from this rising channel where we shorted this perfectly up here while everybody else was longing, right? That gave us our measured move down here to 25.5, which we nailed it. It was actually 25.7, I think it was. But that's just a measured move. Do you see it here? And then bring it down to the break. Boom, nailed our target. And then we had a bear flag right here, right? We take that same flagpole, we bring it down to here. That gave us this target once we broke this. At that, was that 17.8, 17.9? Nailed it. And then what do we have here? The same thing. Another line broke here. Where is that target? Now, this is where I said I've been talking about the 75 to 8,500 false bottom. We could be looking more at the 6,500 if we continue using these measured moves. So that is a possibility. So, you know, maybe a little bit lower than that 75, 8,500 that we've been talking about, getting down to in that 6,500 range before getting our false bottom. And the false bottom we'll know by using the RSI on the weekly. I've explained that many a times. If you haven't seen it, go back to my previous videos. Like I said, I'm going to keep this video shorter today. So this is, we look right here. That's our Bitcoin chart, right? This is the Amazon.com bubble pop. No, it's not a fractal. It is a pattern, a bubble pop pattern, right? So if we take this pattern and we look at where this low is, that also gets us to about the 6,000 to 6,500 range. When? In around March. And all of these tops and bottoms, this is same time frame, guys. Everything's the same. No, Bitcoin does not move faster than traditionals. As you can see, it's playing out beautifully. And so if this does play out, February or March bottom, possibly as low as that 6,500 range, maybe. But I'm still looking for that 75 to 8,500. Then a rally into May or June up in here. And then our ultimate bottom sometime in September or October down here. And what does it look like when a macro bottom forms? Look at this. This took, if we go from the false bottom here, March 23 over to here, so about a year, right? Now, if we look at this red line right here, that's 20,000 for Bitcoin, right? Can you see how long that could take? We may not see 20,000 again until 2025. I've been saying 2024. That's actually 2025, right? Damn. May not see 20,000 until 2025. It is definitely a possibility, guys. Be careful out there. That would show our next high for the halving cycle, September, October 2025, getting Bitcoin to approximately 35 to 45,000. I've showed you guys that chart many a times also, so just be careful out there, guys. I don't think we're going to see new all-time highs in this 4-year cycle. Like I said, I definitely could be wrong, but until something is invalidated here, that's what I'm sticking to. And one more thing, if you guys want to help support the channel, check out my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. She makes all this stuff by herself. Definitely check it out. She could put anything, any project, any coin, anything you want on any of this stuff, as long as it's not copyrighted, obviously. But she does slate pictures, glass, all kinds of different stuff. Definitely check it out if you haven't. Links down below. Check out these videos. This is the Prime XPT tutorial up top. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. Also, the video I made in 2021 talking about all this is up there also. So definitely check those out if you haven't. I'm out of here, guys. Have an awesome day. Don't forget to smash the likes. Leave your comments down below. Make sure your notification bells are ticked so you get my updates. Anyways, I'm out. Take it easy, guys.